Front room has mastectomy and fashion bras for every size. Bands from 30 to 56, cups from AA to P. We have sport, maternity, and nursing bras. We custom fit fashion bras with pockets for mastectomy clients. Our certified fitters help you find the perfect bra. room has mastectomy in fashion bras for every size. Bands from 30 to 56, cups from AA to P. We have sport, maternity, and nursing bras. We custom fit fashion bras with pockets for mastectomy clients. Our certified fitters help you find the perfect bra.
Women's flat track roller derby is played on a variety of floors and surfaces, including concrete, sport court, and wood. The track layout is 108 feet by 75 feet and is flat and oval. It also includes both outside lane and infield area for officials. You'll notice there are two primary lines across one side of the straightaway on the track. The back line is called the jammer line, and jammers must start each jam behind that line on the track. The other line is called the pivot line, and blockers start the jam anywhere on the track between the jammer line and the pivot line. Once the jam starts, the skaters are allowed to skate forward, pass these lines, and start making contact. But they must stay on the track at all times, if they can help it. Roller derby is played in increments called jams. Each jam lasts up to 2 minutes. Both teams field up to 5 skaters at the start of the jam. 4 of these skaters are called blockers, and 1 is called the jammer. The jammer wears a helmet cover with a star on it and scores points for the team. The blockers are playing both offense and defense at the same time, and together they make up what is called the pack. The 2 jammers start each jam behind the pack and must get through all of these skaters for an initial pass before they can begin to score points. When the initial pass is complete, a jammer can score 1 point for every opponent they pass with their hips. The first jammer out of the pack legally is declared lead jammer, which means they can end the jam anytime they want before the 2 minutes are up. Sounds easy, right? Roller derby is a hard-hitting contact sport played on quad roller skates. The object of the game is simple. Score a point for every opponent you pass. But getting there is not so simple. At the beginning of the jam, each team fields a jammer. The jammer is the skater with the star on her helmet, and she is the only one allowed to score points for her team. After the whistle, each jammer must make what's called their initial pass through the pack before they can start scoring points. On each subsequent pass, they can score 1 point for each opposing blocker they pass upright and inbounds on the track. If a jammer completely laps an opposing jammer, she can also earn a point for passing her. Each point is scored by the jammer's hips getting past her opponents, not her skates, requiring speed, agility, and even a little creativity.
Okay. All right, and here we are back for the second bout of tonight's doubleheader. We have the Lansing C team wearing gray taking on Chemical City Roller Derby girls in green. And we're going to be introducing, as always, the visiting team first tonight. Oh, we've got skating for Chemical City. We've got 1 millimeter Pepper Smashington. And we have 106, the Mad Hater. Number 2, Bloody Two Shoes. Number 333, the Recycler. Number 380, Juris Noctur. Number 521, J-Smack. Number 603, Adam Smasher. Number 626, Happy Hits. Number 72, Fitch Slap. Number 77, Lumbar Lunatic. Number 8, Reckless Abandon. Number 930, Susie Seam Ripper. And rounding out the team, number 96, Vex Machine. Derby fans, this is your Chemical City Roller Derby. Our hometown team, Lansing Roller Derby. We have number 1, Gadget Goes Berserk. Number 503, Cosmic Slams. Number 81, Mo Problems. Number 331, Hemlocked. Number 30, Voodoo Dolly. Number 31, Roxy Heartbreaker. Number 79, Rosie Wrecker. Number 68, Flame. Number 333, Landfear. Number 610, Cosmo. Number 88, Ready, Set, Riot. Number 3, 2, 1, Demolition. Number 65, Kobe. Number 104, Night Train. Choo. Number 14, Warhol. Number 2, Andy Wardall. And number 69, Rogue One. This is your Lansing Roller Derby.
And the rest of tonight's bout, we have head ref, you know, I know, you know, followed by Zach to the Future, Daddy Pants, Toxic Shock, Axel, Ringmaster, and I believe we have someone shadowing. I think I saw the black shirt. And Mind Killer shadowing.
All right, so we should just about be ready to go. Those of you enjoying this live stream from the air-conditioned comfort of the Mayfair Bar, we hope you stick around after this bout is over so we can see you in person, have a beer, talk about tonight's game. That's definitely where we're going to be at the conclusion of this bout. Mayfair Bar, official after-party location of Lansing Roller Derby. And it looks like we're starting out with 88 Ready, Set, Riot on the jam line for Lansing. Going to be joined by Juris Noctur, number 380 of Chemical City. And we have a quick timeout called by You Know, I Know, You Know. Just some ref NSO stuff to straighten out. Not quite sure. And we are off. We've got, no, I was mistaken. That is 3-8. Juris Noctur fighting her way through that wall. Juris Noctur is your lead jammer. Ready, Set, Riot is out. She will not be your lead jammer. And Juris Noctur looking to put the first points of tonight's game on the board. Hit it and quit it. That's 4 points going on the board for Chemical City and Goose Egg for Lansing. So we've got Cosmo on the jam line there for Lansing. Going to be joined by number 72, Fitch Slap of Chemical City. Both packs at full strength. We have 4-on-4 pack out there. Again, Cosmo right away fighting her way through that pack. Kobe comes in for an assist, but Cosmo's not quite there. And Fitch Slap will be your lead jammer. And Fitch Slap coming up to the point. She's on turn 3 and she calls it. And it looks like Fitch Slap did pick up a single point on that jam. That's going to bring Chemical City up to 5. Lansing still scoreless, but we are only 28 minutes into the first half of tonight's bout. Still very early on. Anything can happen. And that we've got Roxy Heartbreaker on the jam line there for Lansing, and number 88. 88's not on our roster. We're not sure who she is. So number 88 fighting her way through that pack. Chemical City jammer forced to. Oh yeah, they told me she wasn't coming. Yeah, their bench coach said she wasn't here. I don't know. Anyway, number 88, Madam Malay Curie, didn't think she was coming tonight. That's why she wasn't introduced, but glad to see you, Malay Curie. And both jammers still working very hard to get through on that initial. Roxy Heartbreaker sees the gap on the inside and takes it. Roxy Heartbreaker is your lead jammer. And we've got a star pass by Chemical City. Vex Machine taking the star just as Roxy calls it. Lansing now on the board with 2 points. Goose Egg on that jam for Chemical City. So now Chemical City at 5, Lansing at 2. Heading into jam 3, we've got number 88, Ready, Set, Riot on the jam line there for Lansing. Juris Noctur looks like she's feeling the heat out there of Chemical City. Juris Noctur, of course, a recent transfer to Chemical City from the Central Michigan Mayhem, her longtime Derby home. And Juris Noctur trying to fight her way through that wall of gray. Hemlock doing a nice job trying to put a stop on her, but Juris Noctur gets through. She will be your lead jammer. Ready, Set, Riot looking for that hole in the pack, it looks like. Lanfear coming in for an assist there. Juris Noctur coming through on that scoring pass. 4 points going on the board there for Chemical City. And it looks like Juris Noctur and Ready, Set, Riot is out. Star Pass achievement not unlocked. Juris Noctur comes around for her second scoring pass and calls it. 4 more points going on the board for Chemical City. The Gals in green now at 13, Lansing at 2. And we just noticed here at the announcers table, number 106, Mad Hater of Chemical City, has some light up wheels. Those must be dynamite for night skating, but they look pretty cool in the daylight too. On the jam line for Lansing, we've got Cosmo going up against Fitch Slap of Chemical City. Fitch Slap sneaking around on the inside. Fitch Slap will be your lead jammer. Cosmo coming through, Cosmo trying to find that same hole on the inside. Chemical City not making it easy. Mad Hater doing some nice bridging with those crazy light up wheels. Meanwhile, Fitch Slap putting 4 points on the board there for Chemical City. Fitch Slap coming around on another scoring pass. 4 more points gone on the board for Chemical City. Fitch Slap calls it. Another shutout by Midland. Lansing held scoreless in that jam. Got number 31, Roxy Heartbreaker, coming back out to jam for Lansing. Going to be joined by, that's 88, Madame Malay Curie, jamming for Chemical City. Very clean game so far. 4-on-4 pack out there. Looks like Flame looking to break up that wall, and Flame and Malay Curie go down in a tumble there on right off the start. Roxy Heartbreaker trying to break up that 4 wall at the front of that pack. Number 9. Can't see who. Number 930, Susie Zimripper doing a nice job holding down that wall. Madame Malay Curie is going to be your lead jammer. Roxy Heartbreaker still working her way through on that initial pass. Chemical City walling up. Looks like Roxy Heartbreaker's going for that star pass. Flame says, "I've got you, sister. Give it to me. I can take it." Meanwhile, Madame Malay Curie putting 4 points on the board there for Chemical City, and that's going to be the jam. hopefully nothing major, but we'll hope for the best. And thank you again to our amazing EMTs. We always hope we don't need you, but we are really glad to have you when we do. And with the whistle, we are back into action. That last jam brought Chemical City up to 25. Lansing still at 2. Riot gets a call back to the bench from her coach, like, dude, not this jam. It looks like Roxy Heartbreaker picked up a penalty there in that last jam. So this is going to be a power jam for Chemical City, and they've got Juris Noctur on the jam line. She's got to get past Land Fear and Demolition, start scoring points in this jam, and Demolition goes to the floor, and Juris Noctur is your lead jammer. And coming around on that scoring pass, sneaking around on the outside, she makes it look so easy. Juris Noctur, 4 points there for Midland. Of course, Juris Noctur, long time Derby veteran, on the track for over a decade by my count. And another 4 points there for Chemical City. And coming around for another scoring pass, Juris Noctur tries to, and she does it again! 4 more points going on the board there for Juris Noctur. Roxy Heartbreaker, meanwhile, out of the penalty box, looking to get that star pass. It looks like number 106, Matt Hayter of Chemical City, not making that easy. Star pass achievement unlocked. Land Fear taking the star there for Lansing, and that's going to be the jam. 16-point jam there for Chemical City. Chemical City now at 41, Lansing still at 2. We have just over 20 minutes left in the first half of this second bout of tonight's doubleheader. And looks like we've got Ready, Set, Riot, number 88 on the jam line there for Lansing. Going to be joined by number 72, Fitch Slap of Chemical City. And Fitch Slap, of course, great name for a skater. And Fitch Slap making short work of that gray wall. She will be your lead jammer. I know you didn't hear it on the live stream, but my co-announcer, Alex, just drew out lead on lead jammer more than I've ever heard. That's got to be a record or something, Alex. And look at that, Ready, Set, Riot out of that pack. She will not be your lead jammer. Fitch Slap calls it. Looks like that's 4 more points going on the board for Chemical City. Chemical City now at 45. Lansing still at 2. And Susie Seamripper of Chemical City picked up a penalty in that last jam, but it looks like Kobe's also joining us in the box. We've got a 3-on-3 pack situation heading into this jam. And we have Cosmo taking the star there for Lansing, joined by number 8 of Chemical City, Reckless Abandon. She will be your lead jammer. Cosmo working her way through on that initial pass, coming up against that wall of green there on the turn, but Reckless Abandon has to contend with a tough Lansing wall there at the front of the pack. And it sounds like Cosmo was just sent out on a penalty. This is going to be a power jam for Midland. And Reckless Abandon coming up on that pack and breaking through that wall, making it look so easy. 4 more points on the board for Chemical City. That is going to put Chemical City over the half-century mark at 53. Lansing still at 2. And like a true pro, Reckless Abandon calls it off. Cosmo still got a few seconds left in that box. This next jam is going to be off to a power start for Chemical City. And Chemical City employing this is a common strategy used by teams with the other jammers in the penalty box. Bocklers will line up on either side of the track, and when the no pack is called, they will line up, and that's what we're seeing happen right here. Madam Malik Curie on the jam line for Chemical City. She will be your lead jammer. Cosmo out of that penalty box will not be your lead jammer. And Cosmo sent to the penalty box again. I guess she must have missed us, Adam. Here at the announcer's table, another power jam for Chemical City. And Adam Curie already putting 4 points on the board this jam for Lansing. And Flame putting the hit there on Madam Curie. We do hear a lot of penalties being called. Looks like Flame's going to the penalty box for that hit. And Madam Curie coming around on a scoring pass here, and Madam Curie goes flying into the center there. And Night Train doing a nice job holding down that 2-wall there for Lansing. That's going to be the jam just as Cosmo comes back out. Chemical City up to 61. Lansing still at 2. Still another fast moving game out there. And not sure what's going on. We are lining up. We got, looks like 2-on-3 out there. Lansing's got 2 blockers in the box. Juris Nocter will be your lead jammer. Roxy Heartbreaker, number 31 of Lansing, is out. She will not be your lead jammer. Juris Nocter taking that inside, making it look so easy, scoring 4 more points for Chemical City. Hit it and quit it, calls it off. That's going to bring Chemical City up to 65, Lansing at 2. We have 15 minutes left to go in this first half. And it's shaping up to be a very interesting game. We have Ready, Set, Riot on the jam line there for Lansing. Going to be joined by 72 Fitch Slap of Midland. Fitch Slap coming up against that 2-wall of Lansing. 1 tap and they go flying. And Fitch Slap gets a forearm penalty for that hit. This is going to be a power jam for Lansing, and Ready, Set, Riot will be your lead jammer. Fitch Slap, you can't see this on the live stream, but Fitch Slap is looking at her bench coach like, I didn't do it. I don't know what they're talking about. Meanwhile, Ready, Set, Riot on her scoring pass. Midland back at full strength out there. That wall of green is proving very tough there on the turn. But Lansing sees Fitch Slap out of that penalty box, and they are ready and waiting. Nice teamwork there from Demolition and Flame of Lansing. Meanwhile, Fitch Slap comes out, will not be your lead jammer. Ready, Set, Riot calls it. And it looks like Riot picked up 3 points in that jam, bringing Lansing up to 5. Chemical City at 65. 60-point game. See, I like it when the math is easy. I'm an English teacher. Everyone knows we don't do math. And we've got an official timeout. And it looks like we've got maybe a little bit of track repair going on. So thank you so much, keeping that track taped down in order, of course. Very important to roller derby, but so are sponsors. And Lansing Roller Derby is sponsored this season by Skymint, premium cannabis, farm to stash, grown right here in the Wolverine State. Recreational marijuana is legal for those 21 and over. It's fun, but it's not quite free. And you're going to want to buy your premium farm to stash cannabis from Skymint. And with that whistle, we are back into action. We have Cosmo back on the jam line there for Lansing. Going to be joined by number 88, Madam Malay Curie of, no, Reckless Abandon, I'm sorry, number 8 of Chemical City. Chemical City's got an 8 and an 8-8. Got to keep them straight. Oh, and nice work there by Kobe of Lansing, forcing Reckless Abandon to the back of that pack, and Cosmo picks up lead jammer. Reckless Abandon going to the penalty box for, I believe that's a forearm. This is going to be a power jam for Lansing. And Cosmo takes a tumble there to the inside, lining up to the back of that pack. The 7, Lumbar Lunatic, called out on a penalty. Cosmo, meanwhile, working her way through, trying to get through on the inside. Chemical City not making it easy. Mad Hater doing a nice job holding down that wall for Chemical City. Number 96, Vex Machine, also assisting. Flame coming to the inside and lining up behind that pack again. Meanwhile, Reckless Abandon coming out of that penalty box, ready to score some points. Finds a hole on the inside and takes it. That was Reckless's initial pass. Well, Cosmo, meanwhile, looking to get a star pass. Cosmic slams her pivot, sitting over here in the penalty box. So Cosmo puts the star back. Trying to put the star back on. And Reckless Abandon gets called out on a track cut. I guess this makes this a double power jam for Lansing. Cosmo holding the star. I think that still makes her the jammer. And that is going to be the jam. It looks like Cosmo did pick up 4 points in that jam. That's going to bring Lansing up to 9. Chemical City at 65. And, of course, this is going to be a power jam for Lansing. Lansing has number 31, Rosie Heartbreaker, on the jam line. And Roxy Heartbreaker working her way through that pack. The Recycler doing some nice blocking there for Lansing. Oh, and they've got to let her go. Roxy Heartbreaker is going to be your lead jammer. And Roxy Heartbreaker already on that scoring pass. Reckless Abandon out of that penalty box, working her way through on the initial pass. And of course, when you at home can't see the action, I can't see it either. I have the same POV as you. So when they're on the other straightaway, I can't tell you what's going on. I can tell you that Roxy Heartbreaker just took some coaching from the bench and called it off. And could be wrong, but I believe that's a double goose egg on that jam. Chemical City at 65, Lansing at 9. Just under 10 minutes left to go in this first half of tonight's second bout, this Lansing Roller Derby doubleheader. We've got 88 Ready Set Riot on the jam line for Lansing. Going to be joined by Juris Noctur, and Juris Noctur does it again, picking up lead jam for Midland. Lumbar Lunatic doing her best to put the hit there on Ready Set Riot. Doesn't quite make it. Meanwhile, Juris Noctur coming around on that scoring pass. Ready Set Riot still on her initial. Mad Hater and Bloody Two Shoes doing some great blocking there for Midland. Juris Noctur picking up 4 points there for the gals in green. Juris Nocter coming around for yet another scoring pass. And she does it again. 4 more points on the board for Juris Nocter. Number, let's see, 331 Hemlock doing a nice job holding down that gray wall there for Lansing. Juris Nocter, no stranger to the jammer panty, no stranger to the track. She calls it. 4 more points on the board for Chemical City. That is going to bring Chemical City up to 77, Lansing at 9, and Lansing has called a team timeout. And our community partner this season is Greater Lansing Food Bank. You can visit them, make a donation, offer to volunteer at greaterlansingfoodbank.org, because part of roller derby is, of course, always giving back to the community that's done so much to support us over the years. Also, please, if you're already at Mayfair Bar, you've got a head start, but make sure you join us there tonight for our after party. We're hoping to get some good air conditioning, some nice cold beer after this bout is over. It is a sultry 119 degrees here at Court 1 Training Center. And let's see, we want to say thank you also to our gold sponsor this season, Front Room Under Fashions, supporting Lansing Roller Derby in many ways, but helping with personalized fitting and amazing sports bras to help our skaters, because if your boobs aren't happy, you're not happy. FrontRoomUnderFashions.com. We have got number 72, Fitch Slap, on the jam line there for Chemical City. Going to be joined by number 610, Cosmo of Lansing. And Fitch Slap taking her on the outside. She will be your lead jammer. Fitch Slap, another longtime Derby veteran here, Michigan Derby. Number 3, the recycler, doing some nice recycling there on Cosmo, forcing Cosmo to the back of that pack. Number 65, Kobe, trying to break up that wall there for her jammer. It's like Fitch Slap sneaking through, picking up 4 points there for Midland. And this end, Cosmo getting set to the penalty box for a back block. This is going to be a power jam for Chemical City. Chemical City, 4 more points going up on that board. That's going to bring Midland up to 85, Lansing at 9. Fitch Slap coming around. Warhol doing a nice job holding that wall of gray together on the straightaway. Fitch Slap calls it. With Cosmo still having 10 seconds left in the box, this is going to put Chemical City in the power start for this next jam. And we have number 66, Madame Malay Curie of Chemical City, up on the jam line for this jam. We're 333, the recycler of Lansing, doing a nice job holding down that wall of gray. Number Madame Malay Curie gets through that wall. She is your lead jammer. Cosmo, meanwhile, out of that penalty box, looking to get the star pass there. Lumbar Lunatic waiting for her at the front of that pack. And Madame Malay Curie scoots right past the recycler, putting 4 more points on that board there for Chemical City. I think before the end of the period, Chemical City will be crossing that century mark. So those of you getting thirsty there at the Mayfair Bar, you may not have long to wait. So that's going to put Chemical City up to 90, Lansing at 9. Juris Nocter going back on the jam line for Midland. Going to be joined by Roxy Heartbreaker of Lansing. We got 4-on-4 pack out there. Roxy Heartbreaker looking to break up that wall of green there at the front of the pack. Susie Seam Ripper doing a nice job holding that wall together. Happy Hits also going to come in for an assist for Chemical City. And would you look at that? And Juris Nocter is going to be your lead jammer. Roxy Heartbreaker, meanwhile, looking to get the star pass. Taking a big hit there off of number 603, Adam Smasher of Chemical City. Juris Nocter ready to get through on that scoring pass. And I just heard somebody get a penalty, not sure. And the ref's fingers are going up. 4 points going on the board there for Chemical City. And Juris Nocter calls it. It's going to bring Chemical City up to 94. Lansing scoreless in that jam. Lansing still at 9. And we have a blocker from each team in the penalty box. 3-on-3 pack heading into this jam. And looks like Flames taking the star for the first time tonight for Lansing. Going to be joined by Fitch Slap, number 72 of Midland. So Flame trying to break through that wall of green. Looks like Flames looking to get on the outside, but she's not quite quick enough. Fitch Slap will be your lead jammer. Night Train looking to wall up her teammates there. Demolition gonna tap Fitch Slap to the outside. Fitch calls it. I believe that was looks like Midland picked up 2 points there in that jam. Lansing held scoreless. Chemical City just 4 points below that century mark at 96. Lansing at 9. We have just under 3 minutes left to go in this first half of tonight's second bout. And I believe that is Ready, Set, Riot on the jam line for Lansing, joined by Madam Malay Curie. 88 versus 88 on the jam line. Susie Seam Ripper, fresh out of the penalty box, comes in for an assist for Midland. Oh, and she's coming right back. I guess she missed us, Alex. Susie Seam Ripper coming right back to that penalty box. Meanwhile, Kobe doing her best to stop Madam Malay Curie. Kobe's got to let her go. Madam Malay Curie is your lead jammer. Meanwhile, Ready, Set, Riot on that initial pass. Oh, and number 626, Happy Hits, takes a tumble there. Ready, Set, Riot out on that initial pass. And Madam Malay Curie picking up 4, and that officially brings Chemical City to the century mark. 100 points. It's an all drink. Everyone enjoying this game at the Mayfair bar, raise a glass. We have crossed the century mark for Chemical City. And we have number 31, Roxy Heartbreaker, back on the jam line there for Lansing. Juris Nocter, and Juris Nocter does it again. She is fast, and she is your lead jammer. Roxy, meanwhile, looking for that hole in the wall of green there. Nice defense there, courtesy of the Mad Hater. Oh, Juris Nocter just sneaked right through that pack, picking up 4 more points for Chemical City. Oh, and I believe that was 503 putting a hit there on Juris Nocter. 503, of course, Cosmic Slams of Lansing. 4 more points, and Juris Nocter calls it off. Chemical City now at 108. Lansing at 9. We have just under 13 seconds left in this half. Do we have time for one more jam? Fitch Slap thinks so. Flame thinks so. And the whistle means it is intermission. We're going to take a little break. Hope to see you back in just 15 minutes.
Front Room has mastectomy in fashion bras for every size. Bands from 30 to 56, cups from AA to P. We have sport, maternity, and nursing bras. We custom fit fashion bras with pockets for mastectomy clients. Our certified fitters help you find the perfect bra.
The Mitten Mavens are a local roller derby organization, a 501c4 in the East Lansing area. Roller derby is super important in our community and for our culture because it gives women the opportunity to be aggressive and to be strong and to be vocal and to be proud about their bodies no matter what sizes and shapes that they are. Our recruiting process happens all year round. We're an open enrollment organization, which means that people can join at any time throughout the year. However, we do host biannual boot camps, which are the best time for people to join. We run one in the beginning of the winter, so in January, and then we run a second in the summer, usually starting about June. And during those boot camps, we train people who have never skated before. You don't need any experience at all. You can support the Mitten Mavens by coming to our home house. That's the best way you can support the Mavens because not only does it grow the awareness of the sport, it grows our fan base, which we love to have as many fans as possible at our home bouts. So you can also get involved with this league by joining as a non-skating official or a referee or a volunteer. You can check us out at www.eastlansingrollerderby.com.
Welcome to Greater Lansing Food Bank, where our vision is to have a hunger-free community. To get there, we partner with community members to alleviate hunger one meal at a time, so we can create a future where everyone has access to nourishing food. Greater Lansing Food Bank serves neighbors in 7 mid-Michigan counties. From Eaton to Clare and all the way to Shiawassee, Greater Lansing Food Bank helps neighbors get access to the food they need. We have a goal to distribute food throughout Greater Lansing Food Bank's strong network of more than 140 member agencies so that hungry neighbors can choose one by location or comfortability. Along with our member agencies, Greater Lansing Food Bank provides a variety of programs to reach our neighbors. Garden Project provides home and community garden support for low to moderate income residents in our service area to help promote community building and healthy eating. Our SNAP outreach services focuses on enrolling eligible individuals and families in the Federal Supplementary Nutrition Assistance Program, which offers nutrition assistance and provides economic benefits to communities. Mobile distributions address the barriers of both urban and rural poverty by bringing healthy food, including fresh produce and dairy, directly to communities in need. This is only the beginning. Support from our donors allows us to create new, responsive programs for more accessible foods. Our volunteers help us sort, package, and move food to our neighbors. In 2021, the first year of our new building, we had a total of 24,085 hours of volunteer work.
Hi, my name is Remy Sturt. I'm here with Michigan State Nursing School. Me and some of my classmates are here with the Health Promotion Clinical. We have some volunteer hours that we have to do. One of the main topics that we talk about in our class is food insecurity. It's really important to me and the people that I'm here with because it impacts the greater Lansing area so much. When we're here, we help clean and sort food, we check expiration dates, and get them packaged up and ready to send out.
Hey, my name is Bruce Bigelow, and I volunteer at the food bank. I've been volunteering for several years here, and for me it's a real pleasure, an opportunity to really contribute to the community, and especially during the pandemic times, it's been really critical that we turn out as much food supply as we possibly can. So it's nice to be a little part of that, and I join dozens and dozens of volunteers who are involved. It's a great group of people. The staff here are just exceptional and really weave the volunteers into the activity on a weekly basis.
If you are looking to give, volunteer, or get help, call Greater Lansing Food Bank at 517-853-7800 or visit us at glfoodbank.org.
Okay, so we are back into action, ready for the second half of tonight's second bout. We're starting off Chemical City at 108 points, Lansing at 9. It looks like they might have adjusted that score a little bit during the halftime. That's one of the reasons we have a halftime, of course. And we're going to start this second half out with, we got number 68, Flame, on the jam line for Lansing. Juris Nocter out there again wearing the star for Midland. And Demolition doing some nice blocking there. They got to let her go, and Juris Noctor is your lead jammer. And meanwhile, Flame is working her way through on that initial pass. Juris Noctor coming around for 4 on that scoring pass. And we've got someone coming in the penalty box for a penalty, number 77, Lumbar Lunatic, team captain, coming in to have a sit, and Juris Noctor calls it. And looks like Juris Noctor picked up 1 more point in that jam. Lansing is still at 9. We got Fitch Slap, number 72, back on the jam line there for Midland. Going to be joined by number 88, Ready Set Riot of Lansing. 3 on 4 pack, I believe, out there. Susie Seam Ripper holding down that green line there at the front of the pack. But number 333, Landfear of Lansing, also a force to be reckoned with. War Doll going to come in to try to break up that wall a little bit, and Fitch Slap gets through. She will be your lead jammer. Ready, Set, Riot almost running on those skates to catch up. Again, both teams keeping this pack moving fast. War Doll holding down that wall there for Lansing. Fitch Slap calls it. Fitch Slap did pick up 4 points there. Fitch Slap picked up 1 point, 4 points for Lansing. I forgot the jam refs switched teams after the half. That's going to bring Lansing up to 13, Chemical City at 114. We have 3-1 Roxy Heartbreaker for Lansing. Going to be joined by, I believe that is number 88, Madame Merle Curie of Chemical City. All right, Melee almost out. Melee taking a hit there off of number 79 of Lansing. Kobe trying to force Madame Merle Curie to the back of that pack. But Roxy Heartbreaker also working her way on that initial. Roxy looks like she's going for the star pass there. Mad Hater's got to let her go. And Roxy Heartbreaker is out. She will not be your lead jammer because she took off the jammer panty mid-jam. That means, I believe, lead is still open on this jam. But Madame Merle Curie's also taken off her star. And her pivot's reaching out like to take it, I think, but both walls moving in very close here. I hear some penalties being called. Not quite sure what's going on the track. Roxy Heartbreaker coming around for 4. Lansing making a bit of a comeback in this half, it looks like. Number 81, Mo Problems, coming to join us in the penalty box. Kobe looking to break up that wall there for Roxy. Meanwhile, Madame Merle Curie coming around again, not wearing the star. I believe she's holding the star. Can't really see from here. But Roxy Heartbreaker looks like she's following those lighted wheels to the outside of the track. Lighted wheels, of course, that's Mad Hater, number 106, now taking the star for Chemical City. That's 4 more points on the board there for Roxy Heartbreaker. 4 very hard-won points, and I think that jam went the full 2 minutes, Derby fans. That was something. Anyway, Chemical City now at 114, Lansing at 21. So we've got Flame back on the jam line there for Lansing. Going to be joined by Juris Noctor, nodding very enthusiastically at something, of Midland. 4-on-4 pack. A lot of very clean skating tonight. Earlier, the penalty tracker was complaining to me that her assistants aren't getting the training they need because nobody's getting penalties. Well, I think our coaches are probably happy to see that. I know our fans are. Juris Nocter is going to be your lead jammer. And can't see. Looks like, oh, Flame looks like she's going for a star pass there in the pack. Star pass achievement not unlocked. Juris Nocter hits it and quits it. 4 points and calls it. That's gonna, not Chemical City now at 118, Lansing at 21. Ready, Set, Riot back on the jam line for Lansing. And Chemical City has just called a team timeout. This team timeout is brought to you by our platinum sponsor this season, Tom's Food Center. Those of you who like your food to be fun, adventurous, and affordable, are you sick and tired of digging for it in the dumpster behind Kroger's every weekend? Maybe you should check out Tom's Food Center. They continuously work to find great new tastes and value. Fresh produce, meat department, and much, much more. And best of all, Tom's believes in supporting Michigan and invests in the schools and communities they serve, which is just awesome. You can find them in Okemos and in Portland. And with that whistle, we are back into Derby action. We've got number 72, Fitch Slap, coming out on the jam line for Midland. Ready, Set, Riot, still lined up there for Lansing. And I just heard a Midland skater asking a medic for a barf bag, so things are getting kind of interesting. Off the track, but on the track, it's even more interesting. Fitch Slap just picked up lead jammer. Ready, Set, Riot still on that initial pass. Number 106, Matt Hayter, putting up some good defense there for Chemical City. Fitch Slap already on the scoring pass, hit it and quit it. Score 4 and call it off. And we have a Chemical City pivot in the box. That is number 96, Vex Machine. Juris Nocter back on the jam line there for Midland. Going to be joined by, Cosmo of Lansing. Sorry, Derby fans. It is getting too hot to think in here. Cosmo doing her best to break up that three wall at the front of the pack. No pack has been called, and Cosmo is your lead jammer. Juris Nocter, I believe for the first time this evening, will not be your lead jammer. Cosmo got a 2-on-3 pack out there. Passes both of those Midland blockers and calls it. 4 points going on the board there for Cosmo, bringing Lansing up to 25. Chemical City still at 122. And looks like we've got Fitch Slap lining up on the jam line there next to Roxy Heartbreaker of Lansing. 3-on-3 pack on the floor. Lombard Lunatic, number 77, holding down that wall of green there for Chemical City. Fitch Slap taking the advantage on the outside. Cosmic's got to let her go, and Fitch Slap will be your lead jammer. Roxy Heartbreaker about half a lap behind. Number 96 of Midland Vex Machine doing a nice job breaking up that wall of gray. Fitch Slap hits it and quits it, 4 points, and calls it off. We now have a 101-point game. Chemical City at 126, Lansing at 25. Juris Nocter back out there on the jam line for Chemical City. Cosmo jamming for Lansing. We've seen quite a bit of both of these jammers here tonight. And right away, Cosmo shouldering her way through that 4 wall. And that wall is holding tight. Cosmo seems to be making some headway, but oh no, Cosmo's has gotten sent to the penalty box. This is going to be a power jam for Midland, and Juris Nocter is your lead jammer. And Juris Nocter once again, Midland hitting it and quitting it, 4 points and calls it off. 130. That's going to bring Chemical City up to 130. Lansing scoreless in that jam. And, of course, Chemical City starting this next jam in the power start with Cosmo still in that penalty box. Bitch slap on the jam line there for Midland. And Fitch slap right away, coming up against that wall of gray in the middle of the track. Midland's blockers lined up on either side. Common strategy when the opposing jammer's in the box. Fitch slap, number 30 has to let her go. Fitch slap is going to be your lead jammer. That was Voodoo Dolly of Lansing. And Cosmo just gotten back on the track, sent back to that penalty box. I guess she missed us, Alex. Come to hang out with us here at the announcer's table. Meanwhile, out there, Fitch slap calling it off. And this is going to give Chemical City another power start to this next jam. We have just over 19 minutes left to go in this second half of tonight's second bout. So we have Kobe and Cosmo of Lansing both in the penalty box. Cosmic Slams doing a nice job holding down that blocker wall of Lansing, but number 96 of Chemical City, that is Vex Machine. Oh. Edge looks like, and she is getting sent to the penalty box. This has become a power jam for Lansing. Cosmo is now released, and Vex Machine will serve the exact same length of time that Cosmo was in that penalty box, because you can't have both jammers serving a penalty at once, because no jammer, no game, and who wants that? Cosmo looks like pushing her way through that wall of green there on the straightaway, and it looks like a forearm penalty getting called on the recycler of Chemical City. Cosmo will be your lead jammer. And that's 4 more points going on that board there for Cosmo. And that's going to be the jam. Looks like that's going to bring Lansing up to 29. Chemical City at 134. And we have Madame Mele Curie on the jam line for Chemical City. Ready, Set, Riot of Lansing, both of them wearing the number 88. 3-on-3 pack. Both teams have one blocker in the box. And look at that, Madame Mele Curie taking the outside. She will be your lead jammer. Landfear trying to break up that wall for Riot there at the front of the pack. Night Train lying in wait at the back of that pack there. Melee has her work cut out for her on this scoring pass. Demolition of Lansing going to come in for an assist. And Ready, Set, Ride is out. She will not be your lead jammer. And that's 4 points going on the board there. And Melee here calls it off. Quick high five there from Juris Noctor coming out for the next jam. And we've got Roxy Heartbreaker on the jam line there for Lansing. We have just under 16 minutes left to go in the second half of tonight's second bout of this doubleheader. We hope to see you at the Mayfield Bar after this bout is over, official home of the Lansing Roller Derby after party. Meanwhile, Kobe doing a nice job putting the hit on Juris Noctor, but Juris Noctor just keeps right on trucking. She will be your lead jammer. Kobe's got Juris Noctor in her sights. Number 79, Rosie Rucker, going to come in for an assist. And both teams doing some nice defense there on the straightaway. And Juris Noctor is out. It looks like Juris Noctor picked up 4 more points in that jam. I believe Lansing was held scoreless in that jam. Lansing still at 29. Chemical City up to 142. We have just under 15 minutes left. And there is and Midland has called a team timeout. We just want to say thank you to everyone who makes Derby happen. We want to say big thank you to all of our refs, all of our non-skating officials, our EMTs. Thank you so much for all the work you do. These bouts could not happen without you. And also, thank you so much to each and every one of our fans, whether you're watching us here in person at Court 1 Training Center or enjoying us from the comfort of your own home or the Mayfield Bar. We want to say thank you so much for supporting your local roller derby team and helping keep roller derby alive and thriving in the capital city. This timeout is also brought to you by Long Whistles, because with that long whistle, we know the timeout is over and the derby is back on. And we've got Cosmo back on the jam line for Lansing. We've got number 333, the Recycler, wearing the star for Chemical City. And we've got a 2-on-3 pack out there. Lansing down to 2 blockers. Voodoo, Dally, and Flame doing their best. The Recycler is out. She will be your lead jammer. Cosmo looking to get that star pass. Flame says, I've got you, girl. And Cosmo, of course, now becoming a blocker. I believe that Flame, yes, Flame has that panty, and Flame has just been called out on a forearm. This is going to be a power jam for Midland. Meanwhile, the Recycler picking up 4 points there and calls it off.
It looks like both teams will be starting one player in the box.
And with Flame in the penalty box, this is going to be a power jam for Chemical City. And I believe that is number 88, Madame Malay Curie, on the jam line there for Midland. And she's coming up against that wall of gray there. Gadget doing a nice job of defense there, putting the block on Melee. Number 81, Mo Problem's going to come in for an assist. Lansing, of course, concentrating on strictly defense while their jammer's in the box, and Melee is out. She will be your lead jammer. And Melee coming up for her scoring pass. Pack is almost at a standstill on the straightaway. Mo Problems again doing some nice blocking there. Gadget also great teamwork there from the players in gray. 4 more points going on the board for Chemical City. Melee calls it. That's going to bring Chemical City up to 150. Lansing at 29. We've got Juris Nocter on the jam line there for Midland. Ready, set, right, back, taking the star there for Lansing. And already Susie Seamripper looks ready to do battle. She's holding down that green line, and she's got Ready, Set, Riot in her sights. And jam off to a bit of a slow start, but with Juris Nocter wearing the star, things won't stay slow for long. She is going to be your lead jammer. And nice hit there, courtesy of the Recycler. Ready, Set, Riot, still on that initial. Looks, and another hit from the Recycler. Star pass denied. Juris Nocter calls it off. Another hit it and quit it, courtesy of Chemical City. And that is Cosmo back on the jam line there for Lansing. Going to be joined by, I believe that is, if you give me a second, I believe that is Vex Machine of Chemical City. Took me a minute to see her number. Happy Hits and Mad Hater doing a great job blocking. And number 311 collides with Vex Machine there on the track. Oh, the ref has sent Vex Machine to the penalty box for that collision. This is going to be a power jam for Lansing. Oh, but what is this? Oh no, Cosmo getting sent to the penalty box for a back block. Of course, this means Vex Machine is released. Cosmo will serve the exact same length of time that Vex Machine was in the penalty box, and this jam will go the full 2 minutes. So nice hit, nice blocking there, courtesy of Voodoo Dolly of Lansing. Warhol doing a good job holding that line together for Lansing at the back of that pack, just ready and waiting for Vex Machine. And Vex Machine skates right into Warhol's arms, but she is out. 4 points on the board there for Chemical City. But what is this? Flame also out of that penalty box. Star Pass achievement unlocked. Number 31, Roxy Heartbreaker, now has the star for Lansing. And look, and that's 4 more points. Oh, never mind. 3. Ringmaster's doing the no pass, no penalty signal. So Vex Machine picked up 3 points on that pass. And Vex Machine running up against that wall. Cosmo now as a blocker, doing a great job there. Hemlock also coming in for an assist. I believe Roxy Heartbreaker is, can't believe, that is the jam. That was crazy, Derby fans. Chemical City up to 161. Lansing now up to 31. Oh, I spoke too soon. Chemical City at 163 after that jam. Lansing at 31. We have just over 8 minutes left to go in this second half. So that is number 8 on the jam line there for Chemical City. Reckless Abandon going to be joined by Flame of Lansing. Kobe doing some nice blocking there. Night Train going to come in for an assist. Reckless Abandon's got to get past Kobe, and she will be your lead jammer. Meanwhile, Flame stuck at the back of that pack. Looks like Flame is looking for her pivot, trying to pass the star to Kobe, and Kobe takes it. Kobe's now the jammer. Reckless Abandon out of that. Oh no, Reckless Abandon headed to the penalty box for a track cut. This is going to be a power jam for Lansing. Kobe signaling to her team. I guess that was the go faster signal, because that's exactly what they're doing. Kobe tried to get around Gadget goes berserk. Gadget goes berserk. And Kobe trying to break up that 3 wall there. Break it up, she does. That is 4 points going on the board there for Lansing. And Reckless Abandon out of that penalty box, fighting her way through that wall of gray. That's a scoring pass. 4 points going on the board for Reckless Abandon. But Kobe running into a little trouble there in the middle of that pack, taking some hard hits, it looks like. Kobe's kind of looking around, is like, am I really supposed to fight against this wall again? Sorry, that's what the star on your helmet means, Kobe. Reckless Abandon, 4 more points on the board for Lansing, and that's 4 more points for Chemical City as well. Bringing Chemical City up to 171, Lansing at 39. And these two jammers are neck and neck. Reckless Abandon comes around for 4, and that's going to be the jam. And it looks like Kobe picked up 1 more point there for Lansing. And Lansing is calling a team timeout. So this team timeout is brought to you by whoever put this fan up by the announcer's table. Things are feeling a whole lot cooler up here. I think we might be down to 100 degrees in this arena, down from 119. And this timeout is also brought to you by Sisu, maker of premium mouth guards. Of course, we say derby mouth guards, but really mouth guards for any sport you're into, MMA, football, what have you. But we like them, of course, we like them best for the great sport of roller derby. And if you or your organization is interested in sponsorship, you can email at sponsorship@lansingrollerderby.com, or maybe you can talk to one of the skaters at tonight's after party at the Mayfair Bar. Again, tonight's theme is Rainbow Trolls, so we're going to have some fun with that. What kind of fun? I'm not quite sure yet, but we have just 6 minutes left to go in this second half, so I guess we'll find out soon. And right now we're back into action. We've got Juris Nocter on the jam line for Midland there. She will be your lead jammer. 331 Hemlock taking the star for the first time this evening for Lansing. Hemlock taking a hit there at the front of the pack, and Hemlock going to the penalty box for a track cut. This is going to be a power jam for Midland. Mad Hater also going to the box. Another hit it and quit it, courtesy of Juris Nocter. She scores 4 and calls it. Chemical City now at 179. We could see Midland cross the double century mark before this bout is over. Lansing at 40. And, of course, Chemical City in the power start for this next jam. We've got Fitch Slap on the jam line. And Night Train, part of that gray wall at the front of the pack, got Fitch Slap in her sights. Mo Problems doing a nice job with the blocking. Warhol going to come and assist, but Fitch Slap gets through. She will be your lead jammer. And Mo Problems has Fitch Slap in her sights. Warhol's got to let her go, and that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 points on the board there for Chemical City. And Fitch Slap calls it just as 3:31 is let out of that penalty box. And we've got just over 4 minutes left to go in this second half. This is Jam 19, and we've got 3, 2, 1 demolition on the jam line for the first time tonight for Midland. Going to be joined by number 77, the Lumbar Lunatic, team captain of Midland. And we are off. And look at that, Lumbar Lunatic cutting around the outside. Kobe going for a hit. Kobe's got to let her go. And Lumbar Lunatic will be your lead jammer. And it looks like, and Demolition takes a tumble there, and just as she comes out on that initial, 4 more points going on the board for Lumbar Lunatic. She calls it, bringing Chemical City up to 187, Lansing at 40. Just over 3 minutes left to go in tonight's second bout. And Midland is calling a team timeout. And this timeout is brought to you by this season's premium sponsor, Sky Mint Cannabis. Creative, deep thinkers, cannabis lovers in the Mary Jane game for the love of cannabis and the love of locally grown herbs. Let's say herbs. That sounds nice, doesn't it? Anyway, Sky Mint Premium Farm to Table, the finest cannabis you will find in the Mitten State or any other. You can check them out at skymint.com. And this timeout also brought to you by I know, sudden burst of energy out there. I don't really know what that little dance is all about, but that's okay. Maybe he'll tell us later when we're all at the Mayfield Bar, raising a cold glass of fine ale, whatever, I'm not a drinker, to the great sport of roller derby. We've got Juris Nocter back on the jam line for Midland, and she will be joined by number 31 of Lansing. And Juris Nocter will be your lead jammer. Roxy Heartbreaker, number 31, still working her way through on that initial pass. And hit it and quit it yet again. Scores 4 and calls it off.
Another 4. Chemical City 191. Lansing Roller Derby 40.
And lining up on the jam line, we've got number 88, Ready, Set, Riot. And number 2, Bloody Two Shoes, taking the star for the first time tonight for Midland. And right away, Ready, Set, Riot coming up against that tough green wall in the front of the pack. Making a hit to the outside. Happy Hit's going to come in for an assist. But Bloody Two Shoes not having a much better time there with Lansing. Cosmic Slams doing a nice job. Night Train going to come in to assist there. Great defense from both teams on this jam. And And Bloody Two Shoes is going to be our lead jammer. I don't know if those of you at home can call it, but the Midland bench is going wild right now. Very exciting. And Ready, Set, Riot, meanwhile, still working her way on that initial. Bloody Two Shoes on her scoring pass. Night Train doing a nice job holding that wall down. Cosmic Slams also coming in for an assist. Ready, Set, Riot finally out. They will not be your lead jammer. Bloody Two Shoes is out. 4 points going on the board there for Chemical City. And Bloody Two Shoes calls it. That's bringing Chemical City up to 195. Lansing at 40. And with just 13 seconds left on the clock, Lansing calls a team timeout. Yeah, that is Flame of Lansing lined up on the jam line there, going up against Fitch Slap, number 72 of Chemical City. Could very well be the last jam of tonight's game, and we could see Chemical City cross the double century mark in this jam. Looks like we are still on a team timeout. I see you know, I know, you know. Signaling to another ref. We could be getting back into action here. And Lumbar Lunatic and Mo Problems look like they're out there ready to give it their all. But look at that. Fitch Slap sneaks around on the inside. She will be your lead jammer. Mad Hater doing her best to, oh, she's making the hands off signal. And Flame has to go to, oh, looks like Flame is on her way to the penalty box. This is going to be a power jam for Chemical City. And that's 4 points going on the board for Chemical City, putting Chemical City at 199. Fitch Slap calls it. We have an unofficial final of 199 Chemical City, 40 Lansing. We'll have that official score for you Derby fans in just a minute or two as soon as we get it from the refs. But we want to say great job to both teams, and thank you so much, Chemical City, coming down here from Midland, joining us here tonight at Court 1 Training Center for a great night of roller derby. And we do have that final score, Derby fans. It is Lansing 40, Chemical City 199. Again, great job, both teams. And we want to say a big thank you to our refs, our NSOs, our medics. Thank you so much to all the work you do on and off the track. Roller derby truly could not happen without the hard work and yeoman's labor you put in, and we truly are grateful. Thank you so much. Thanks again to our visiting teams tonight, Team UP and Chemical City. Thanks for joining us tonight at Court 1. And thank you so much to each and every one of our fans, everyone watching us tonight here at Court 1, and those of you watching us at home on the YouTubes. Thank you so much for supporting your local roller derby team, and we'll see you again in September. And hopefully in a few minutes we'll see you at the Mayfield Bar. Take care, everyone. Good night. Lexi out.